Hello, everyone. Good day, good afternoon, good evening. Depends where you are in the universe today. Or maybe there is no time where you are. Oh, I long for a day when we're in 5D. Oh, all of us. All of us. So I'm dedicating this show to my good friend Ryan. Okay, Ryan Audette, this is for you. You. Okay, I will take you back to the very beginning of the Freedom Walks, and he is one of the very first organizers with us, with me, with Wakey Wakey, and a few other people. Now, Ryan has a Walk for Freedom page on Facebook. If you don't follow it here in Calgary, please do so. Okay, so I was talking that we went out on Saturday, and there was 1,500 people, okay? Sunday, we went out there again and supported Pastor Art. I called him accidentally Pastor Bob on Saturday again because I was thinking about this. But anyways, Pastor Art, actually on Sunday, we went out to support him. So we went and sang Heal the World with Freedom Choir for the first time. And that was on Sunday. Well, Rebel Media, that's our alternative news here in Canada, they came out and did a little segment. So thank you, Shannon, for sending me, or Samantha for sending me that. I sent it to Shannon so she could blast it everywhere. So I'm going to show you which site to go see the full clip. I'm not going to show you the entire clip, but I'm going to tell you how friggin' funny it was because, come on now, where did it go? There we are. So it looks like it's on Rebel News. And there's one point, that's what it looks like. So that's what it's called, Calgary protesters, okay, flout new Alberta COVID restrictions. So I'm just going to go right to the end of it because it was so funny. I love this guy, the way it was. First of all, this guy, I'm going to find out his name and we're going to meet him on Saturday. I've met him before, but I forgot his name. So, okay, so yeah, I think it's right here. So from the last part of this guy's video, you can see us Freedom choir singers. I'll just press play.
Unless there is a violation. Now, it would seem that there would be a violation here. I'm sure the mainstream media is going to be crying and screaming, saying that there is a violation, but really, there isn't. This regulation saying no gatherings of 10 or more cannot apply to political gatherings. It would be unconstitutional, and it's clear that the police are on some sort of orders not to ticket political gatherings, not to ticket religious gatherings. It stands in stark contrast to what is going on in Ontario, where Doug Ford actually gave a court summons to his political opponents, Randy Hillier, an independent member of provincial parliament. He's threatened with jail for hosting a political rally outside of Queen's Park. That is currently the state of Canada outside of Alberta. In Alberta, people are caroling right behind me, religious music. People are skating around religious music right in front of me, and people are feeding the homeless and gathering for church outside. I have to say that given what we are seeing in Manitoba, Ontario, and other places in Canada, I feel very blessed to be living in Alberta. Now, of course, I'm not supportive of any sort of...
Woo! I think this is funny. I don't know the part. I gotta show this.
People's individual liberties, whether they're religious, whether they're political, or otherwise, any General Assembly rights. But I have to say that in comparison with other provincial jurisdictions, it stands certainly in stark contrast to those. What's going on here in Alberta and what's going on in other provinces and what's going on with the federal government as well. For Rebel News, outside of Nenchi's office, actually, I'm sure he's absolutely furious seeing these carolers outside in the plaza from his office. For Rebel News, I'm Keith.
Thank you, Rebel News. Woo! We win. We weren't really caroling. We were singing Heal the World by Michael Jackson. But if they want to call us religious freedom carolers or whatever, I don't care. We didn't get a ticket. Here's my point. So Saturday, we told everybody we were going to do that on Sunday. We didn't have as big of a crowd as we'd like because of when I got to announce. That's neither here nor there anymore. I hope that's all under the bridge and we all have equal opportunity this Saturday. So anyways, what I was going to say is, so we went to support Pastor Art on Sunday, and that's what this guy was reporting on. There were cops everywhere. I mean, everywhere. I talked to some. I mentioned the guy we talked to. He came up to me, this is awesome singing. Wow. And da 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 da. I didn't even, honestly, I haven't been able to watch any videos yet of what we did on Sunday. So this is the second time I've watched that video. Just so you know, I didn't know, I couldn't even hear us singing the first time I watched it because we were outside. Anyhow, but that's the power of our voice right now. So what happened after Sunday is Ryan, Pastor Art, and I believe his brother or cousin or whatever that spoke with him got tickets. They got tickets from the Calgary City Police. And then with the Calgary City Police, I think they were forced and pressured to do this. We have 75% of the police on our side. I already know that just from the numbers of people talking and what officers I speak to. So these officers were forced, obviously, by the city because they were pissed off what we were doing. So Ryan is wearing his ticket like a badge of honor, just so you know, he's not freaked out about it. And Pastor Art is from Poland and he knows all about communistic bullshit. Okay. So it was, if you haven't seen either one of those videos, I think they're posted on Walk for Freedom page. I think both of them. I don't know. I haven't been on Facebook for a really long time. So anyways, point of the story is way to go, Ryan. But Ryan and I chatted and I'm like, okay, so here's the time where we're empowering everybody. On Saturday, it's really important if you're coming out to the rally. First, get there at 11:30. Second, wear red and white so you're part of the Freedom Choir. See? Okay. And then we also met up with the lady who goes around getting signatures for to give out information from the China's Communist Party stuff. So we told her, she took off her mask. We talked to her on the street. She's bringing a whole bunch of the people from the Chinese community. So this is a huge call out to everybody on Saturday to come up and join in unison for our political freedoms and our also religious freedoms. Now, Ryan got a ticket for being an organizer of the event. All three of them got a ticket for organize the event. So do not be afraid to come out there because they're not arresting people one-offs. Like, if you're not like one of me, don't worry about it. You have every right to be there. You're just walking by and you're whatever. But some hints for you if you do come by or you do have harassment with the police officers for any reason. So some of the things I mentioned to Ryan, and I will be saying this on Saturday, is you can say these simple words if a police officer comes up to you and just say, I'm a peaceful living being. I don't consent or comply to enter any contract with you. I bind you to your oath as a peace officer, and I'm a peaceful living being. What's your name? I'm a peaceful living woman. So every conversation I've had, actually, the police will ask me, is Raven your real name? And my answer is no, but I don't use my straw man name with the authorities. And they laugh because they know I know what I'm talking about. My straw man name is the birth certificate corporation. So here's the things that we're fighting just at the very core is our Magna Carta, which is written in our natural law or common law, okay? Which is the L, the land. The A and the W are the tickets. That's the easiest way I'm going to put it. Simplest way. It's the courts, the tickets, all of that crap that they try and impose fines and legal fees and taxes so we can move our bodies of our corporations like chattel in their shipping lanes. Okay? We're not cows and we're not corporations. We're living beings. So when somebody tries to come up to you, you'll just have to put your hands up in the air and say, I do not consent or comply. And you don't understand those laws because you're not standing under those laws of the A and the W. You stand under the L, which is common law, land law, or 10 commandments, natural law. It's kind of all the same thing. Do no harm. Love the brother and sister. If you haven't imposed anybody, if you haven't trespassed on another, then you're not trespassing. You have freedom to travel freely on this planet. Travel. You're a traveler. Okay? You're a living being and a traveler. So make sure you know your boundaries. So I don't know if there will come a day where I get okay, you're organizing and they're going to try and give me a ticket. Who knows? Maybe they're trying to track down who Raven Moonstone is. I'm sure it's not that hard. But I'm telling you right now, if they follow me home, that's stalking. That's armed stalking because they're armed agents. They have guns and they're armed agents of the law. So just know where your boundaries are. So most people can put up a common law no trespassing sign in their window, on the door. So people know what your rights are and you know your rights. Your children are your property. Your thoughts are your property. Everything that you own is your property. So just make sure you're not getting people trespassing. So, uh, sorry to say this. So I'm getting this right. If I'm with a few friends and they try and kick us away or find me, I say I use my Magna Carta rights. Yes, you can, because I'll tell you why. Okay, just the simplest way. You can know that most people know what this is in the legal system and in the police system. They teach it to us, but they don't tell us why they're teaching it. The Magna Carta of 1215 is written into every country's laws on how to treat another person. That's part of the Constitution, really, the basis of it. And so the basic part of the Magna Carta, that chunk, is do no harm to other people. So when you say you invoke your Magna Carta rights, they know what you're talking about. They also know what common law jurisdiction is. So, and I bind you to your oath. That means they're peace officers. And if you're a peaceful living being and you're doing no harm, then what's the problem? They have to prove that you are doing something harmful. And how are you going to prove that a rally of 1,500 people who've used herd immunity over the last 8 months? Who knows? We probably had COVID 100 times go rampant through our group. We don't know. We're all healthy. So they're taking away our basic Magna Carta freedom of assembly and all of those rights right off the bat. So most people know that. Most officers know that. Like common law, Magna Carta, they know that you have a right to freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and freedom of religion. So that's why we were touted as a religious choir, which is funny. Oh yeah, I think there's be God's glow. There is one line that says God in there, so maybe we are. But anyways, um, Swedish police actually go and I'm sure they know about Magna Carta. If you go and look at, there should be someone who knows about common law in Sweden. If I think you connect through Earth United, they might know who to get a hold of. So common law is applicable worldwide because our governments have been doing constructive fraud against us. Okay, and that's what it is when they give us taxes and fines. Taxes are fraudulent against us, period. So that's where we need to stand up for our rights. So congratulations, Ryan. But we all know who should have gotten a big fat ticket, the one who puts the word producer behind everything and thinks he's the celebrity. I hope he got a ticket and sharing in the equal justice of what's going on in our group. So we're not afraid. We're still going to gather. We're still going to be the Freedom Choir. I'm like, there's people already that have come to Rebel Media also has a lawyer. If you get charged here in Canada with a ticket, they will help you fight it. So Ryan's court date's not till April. So he's not really worried about it. And I'm like, we got a picture today. I left the city hall and I got a picture of him wearing a t-shirt this lady gave him, holding a lock, I don't know, Lock Nenshi up and Trudeau up sign or something like that. It was awesome. Or stand up for your freedoms. I don't know. But cheers to you, Ryan. So yes, we've got a lot of people coming out to trigger our shadows selves. So there's a lot of people who are going around being really physical, egotistical, arrogant, thinking they have created the universe over the summer or something. So they've triggered a few people, and as the collective collaborative and the change of the frequencies, those frequencies aren't even going to stay any longer. So the other thing I wanted to mention, if I didn't tell you already or you didn't pick up from yesterday's show, the voting machines from Calgary, Edmonton, and all of Alberta actually are linked to the same ones that the IDEN uses. So, and that's through I think it's like Skittle, SCYTL company out of Germany when they seize the servers. So everything that they're working on in the background is actually getting all of the actual factual information that's happened between November 2nd and then the 45th, 5 days after that. And then after they found out exactly what happened on every level with this machine and who's all involved, the next 45 days are, I think, about bringing that up for review. So within 90 days, we're going to hear about everything going on with the state's election that has to do with Canada. I really do believe that. So we're very close. Hang in there. And it's also linking the UK to stuff too. So I want you to all pay in mind to purple masks and purple ties, okay? They're telling us. And also, if you worried about what POTUS said about Pfizer, don't forget about my chart, okay? I'm going to go back all the way to code words, back to April, I believe it was, when the Queen gave one of her last speech. She was wearing a green dress. There were some red roses behind her, and she made a comment. My friend Julie and I actually were watching it together, and she's from Scotland. And we were like hanging on to every word. And I'm like, yeah, what did you think about this? And she's like, do not judge Britain on the actions of our past, but how we act in the present and moving forward. And then I see 3M boxes in on the TV going into a hospital. And 3M were the owners of the patent for adrenochrome in the United States. So it shows me that the game is alive and well. And back in April, the MS-13 gang got arrested, and we saw pictures of that. I don't know if they were arrested well before that. And they're one of the biggest scumbag groups on the planet. So it's not far off for me to think, with all of you who are sending me emails saying there's helicopters, there's army tanks, there's flights going out of Toronto and Calgary, and they're going to Gitmo and all this place. Actually, to get to Gitmo, you have to go from Calgary to Toronto, because I've been to Cuba a couple of times, and then you have to fly from Toronto onwards. So there's no direct flight from Calgary to Gitmo. You have to go to Toronto every single time. So a lot of the flights going out of Toronto, why? So I do believe I have a lot of hope that we're 3 years ahead of the game of what we're seeing on TV. That's really what I think, is that a lot of the stuff, they've known it all for so long, and they kind of know which way some of the stuff is going to be played out in the media. So I really do think that. And I heard too that Tucker Carlson actually came out yesterday or this morning and admitted about the something to do with the voting machines are the same ones that count COVID. I've said that last week and this week. They're the same ones. So I don't know how much more corrupt you can get. So if you hear about, 1,000 cases in blah, 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 then you got to wonder, are those arrests being going on in that area? So when Trump said something about Pfizer and the vaccine, that to me knew, I don't know, it just sparked, well, Pfizer and that whole wheel of people that own Wuhan and then the voting and all this, it comes out of Germany. That's hit the link to the voting fraud to me. That's what it meant for me. The Pfizer vaccines are coming. The Pfizer arrests are coming. So that's how I'm picking up that information. If any of you guys are picking it up differently, like, please feel free to comment. But that's how I'm interpreting a lot of the code words going on. So I'm not worried about them coming at me with any sort of needle or anything they're putting in my body other than getting my next tooth fixed next Thursday. So, but look at how easy I'm talking now. I mean, it's still a little bit of pain in my muscle, but why purple? Because it's the crown. Okay. So it's the crown chakra to let you know that the crown, and I don't mean the queen, is in control. So that's why purple. So there's a whole bunch of meanings I went over, I think, And one of the things, my phone is screwed up and my friend's coming over in about half an hour. Holly's coming over to help me fix my phone. So, and in the meantime, I'm going to eat something pretty soon. Oh, it's 77 viewers and 22 thumbs up. So, just seeing today our local news, they're rolling out vaccines, our town from next week. Now, now that's for next week, you say. Now, this is what I want to tell everybody. Please, even if you're in the UK, we've been threatened with vaccines and shit too. But please just, if you've got children, keep them at home. I know that's hard, but I mean, find somebody that loves you and can help look after your kids. Please don't send them to school when they start trying to roll this stuff out. And just imagine that the world is going to be solved a little bit sooner. A lot of these frequencies are not going to hold on. Okay. So the fear tactic, instead of being fearful about them maybe stealing your kid out of school, then keep a better eye on them for a week or two or whatever. And that's my personal opinion. I would be doing that if I had kids. You don't have to listen to me. Just for the simple reason that you're not giving up that control. You're not giving your property to another person to take control of. So we value our children and humanity. And I mean, if you got to stay at home, yeah. So try and, monkey. I can't read that. My glasses. Oh, here they are. Listen, Linda. Monkey, WERXUS. So that one does all the flights. Thank you, Shannon. And yes, so this is my theory on people who are telling you and yelling at you to put on a mask. Okay. Number one, grandma, grandpa, if that's who you're yelling at me in the lineup. If you're that afraid of your health, get someone else to do your grocery shopping. Don't come out here to bitch at me. Okay. If you're that scared, go sell that Kool-Aid somewhere else. Like, I honestly want to tell people, I'm sorry, I just didn't drink that Jonestown COVID Kool-Aid. Or I don't know what you're talking about. I don't own a TV. I don't listen to the radio. I have no clue what you're going on about. So that's normally what I do. And the second thing I would be telling them is, like I said, pull out your camera to video. People get really annoyed. They don't want to be on camera. Well, I'm like, well, you don't want to be on camera. I don't want to sit here and get fucking yelled at either. So let's call it a draw. How about you fuck off and I won't film you? That's just me going to rallies. And I have been yelled at. So no offense, CTV News, who reported that you're not only being screamed at. Nah. Grow a vagina. Seriously, us freedom fighters are out there. You're missing the biggest part of news that you could literally be on. This is the freedom people that were out in the 60s getting hosed down. We are those people. We are the ones they've been waiting for. So literally, you're either with us, with all of us, or you're none of us. That's how it's working right now. You're either with all of us or you're none of us. So either rise up to our vibration of love and light and everybody's equal and we all have free speech and freedom of expression and fair stage time or whatever it is without ego. And then we can all rise together. So that's where we're all in right now. So yeah, we were born for this. We were born for this. So on that note, I'm going to keep it short and sweet today. I'm already at 25 minutes of laughing. So today's card reading with Raven. You're welcome. Everybody in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. I feel like we're really shifting into a better time. But yeah, keep your kids at home if you're anxious about anything. And just make your own home movies, memories, and put on your own history lessons with your kids. Make some plays. My kids and I used to do air guitar all the time. I would sing, my oldest would be on the drums, and my middle son would be on the broom. And we would sing lots of songs on this little raised up seating room we had in this old house. And then they were probably about 9 and 7 when we did a lot of that. And then I know my ex, he plays a lot of music with his kids, which is brilliant. But yeah, if you don't have any musical instruments, we used to put on plays. My sister and I were great. My older sister and I, we used to put on one of my mom's records and just mock it. We'd go dress up and mock it. And then my kids would do that to me. So my kids would come down the stairs in different costumes. My oldest came down one time wearing this big afro and a long house coat. He had on my pleather pants, no shirt. And he was James Brown. He did this whole like, I don't know, whatever. It was so funny. It was great. It was just he did a really good tribute. So you got to live with the moment and just be happy, just be happy. So please place us in our higher selves. Yes, dance parties are where it's at. So let's see what we can grab today for positive energy. So no, switch this. So we may, look at that one, pop-de-doo. I'll put that one there. So anybody got any predictions on what we're going to see in the cards today? Yesterday we had truth and victory. Truth in the bee, but the bee was about victory and luck. So, oh, you just saw a wolf. Okay, sweet. That's the teacher. Okay, oops. That one's pretty busy. Look at this one. I think that these are the two cards I've got for today. Yeah, that's one. So the first card that we got today. Oh, my glasses are so dirty. Ooh. The Serpent. It's about knowledge and healing. Okay. I'm going to show both of them before I read both of them. And it's number 23 if you catch that. So, okay. And the other one, is the Water Fairy, which is feelings and emotions. Isn't she beautiful? Okay. So, the Serpent. Find that it's about transmutation. The Serpent's message is one of healing and gaining knowledge. Whatever situation you're in right now is meant for this purpose. The Serpent also reminds you that knowledge is important. Perhaps it's time you read a book or to take a class in order to gain more understanding of your inquiry, and you may need to ask questions of others who know can help you. I just said to my friend, I got to go home and read my telegram because I haven't read it for like 4 days. I feel like out of the loop. Ask the Serpent and you will be guided the right answer easily and effortlessly. The Serpent heralds success if you follow his signal. The Serpent also lets you know that you may be suffering because there are aspects of yourself that are wounded and still need tending. Now is the time for this. Perhaps you need rest, meditate, and allow knowledge to come to consciousness, or maybe you just need to sleep more. All of us need to sleep more. So another aspect of the Serpent energy is that each time you experience a healing or learn new things, you may need to shed your skin to adopt a new one. And we all have a thick skin right now, don't we? But don't worry, the Serpent says that it's necessary and a beautiful thing. That's a nice card. So the Water Fairy. When the Water Fairy swims up to you with her liquid magic, she reminds you that emotions and feelings may be running the show. Yep. She also asks you to consider how really you feel about things and why. She reminds you that you are not your feelings, you are the one experiencing them. Yeah. Remember, as the water flows, emotions change. The Water Fairy also tells you that it's time to lose your rigidity. Be fluid and willing at times to compromise and allow change to happen. I am allowing change to happen this Saturday. And this Saturday is when change will happen. Big change. If you're happy right now, enjoy the Water Fairy. Swirls her love around you. If things are making you sad, she comes to wash away your tears. The Water Fairy knows the power of emotions, so when she appears, be mindful of them and how they affect you. Remember, feelings are the fuel for manifesting. Be certain of what you want to create when you're feeling. Allow your feelings to pass through and focus on the positive. The Water Fairy longs to smile at you in the reflection. Okay, there you go. So I'm not supposed to focus on people who fuck me off. I'm supposed to focus on the people who make me happy, which I did. So there you go. And that's what we're going to focus on moving forward, is nothing but the positive vibes that we're able to create. And I really am going to ask all of you to see if you can't create your freedom choir together. Like, put your country's colors on and then do the Heal the World video project. There's still lots of time. I'm allowing more time for that. But it's time for us to stand up in our power, whether it's just singing a song and raising the vibrations that way, or if it's actually standing up and confronting those people, those narcissists in your life that are really pissing you off and draining your energy, then it's time to do that as well. But it is time to take control of your feelings in your third eye and be conscious. Are you giving that person a gift, or are you giving them a poop sandwich? So if you're not actually, if 50 people are telling you something and you're not responding to that feedback, then maybe it's time you need a long walk in the forest alone to find out where your self-awareness is, and go back into your inner understanding of yourself. Probably helpful at this point in the journey. So you need to get over some of the ego and stuff that has been triggering everybody. And this ego is the people who are yelling at you and thinking they're right in the grocery store. Okay? Those are people that just think they're right and you're wrong. That is an ego thing, and it's coming from ignorance and fear. Okay? People thinking that they are someone better than you is coming from ignorance and fear. It is. So anybody who's a bully out there and says, "Oh, I do this and I do that, and you're not really anybody," that's from a place of insecurity. That person is insecure about themselves. And I just really wish those people would find their higher selves, put themselves there, and then see how the reaction is to the rest of society. So the grandma and grandpa who come up are going to be rudely awakened when they find out that this whole thing with the scam is a scam and blah, blah, blah. It's just whatever. It's going to be annoying. Some are just going to drop it off. Drop off. Yeah. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's what I say. And so do you, Lowell. I exactly. And treat others how you want to be treated. If you constantly are going up to somebody and they're talking to you and they're trying to give you an opinion, and then you just say, "Yeah, but hear me," and you're saying the same thing you said, like, without move for change or anything, are you really that open-minded? Are you standing in your truth or that person's truth? No. So, yeah, I think we're coming to this point where it's like this, literally like this. But I'm going to give a nice little shout out to my new, well, they're not my new, I used to live right beside them, Purple Perk here in Calgary. If you haven't been to Purple Perk, they are the bomb. Like, they're awesome. They're so good. They're not like these masked people out there. I had a conversation with the guy and he is like so lit. I'm like, they still have they have a motorcycle visor up as their class. So anyways, I don't know what you're saying. So I'm going to hide that because I don't know what it says. I don't get your message there. Sorry, Bubby. Yeah, so I'm just trying to read through your stuff so I'm not missing anybody's chit chat. Yeah, that's about it for today. So we've been going on collecting numbers. I'm at 111. I just saw 3333. I saw 999, 444, 777, 222. Yeah, so I'm doing really, really good today. I think I only haven't seen 666 and 888, or those two I'm not missing, or I'm missing. So, anyways, that's all I want to say. Hopefully I'll get caught up after my phone gets dumped tonight and set back to factory settings. Ah! So yes, I love all these numbers. But thank you guys for all tuning in. I like it. I like it. Oh, funny thing happened. You know how I feel about people thinking I'm a celebrity. I don't think that about myself at all. I just think it's weird and funny and amazing that people are hearing my message. That's all. I think I'm a loud bird, okay? Loud raven. And this guy today, Thomas, he was like, came all the way from Toronto. And he was living on Yonge Street a couple of days ago. And he was down at City Hall and he bumps into us. He's like, "Hey, I know you. You're the girl who woke me up. And I was like, wow, thanks. Like, it's amazing to me. Like, I really, it is amazing to me. So I hug everybody. Like, I love you guys all. I really do. It really means a lot to me when people are connecting with me. And I said, this is when all of our meat suits are coming back to be warriors. Let's go. Our avatars planned this a long time ago. So, yes. You guys are my favorite bunch of people too. Um, oh, I can say the tooth because it's gone. Oh yes. Yeah, the hole, that's right. Yes, the hole is fine on my tooth. I couldn't understand what you're saying and it hid your comment. That was pretty funny. But yes, my healing, I don't actually, it doesn't really hurt except for where I got the needles, and it's just a little bit tender right around there. But other than that, it's pretty groovy. So I love you guys all. Thank you to tuning in. I really, and if you haven't watched, I'll show you Fifth Element Goddess's channel so that you know where to go find her. She did a great, such a beautiful human being. It's under Domu, Doumu, and the Fifth Element Goddess. So go and subscribe to that and watch this. Okay? Way more people need to watch this video because it's so important. So important. She shows a chart of the codings that are coming and makes it really easy to understand. And it's only a 9-minute video. So go tune in to Fifth Element Goddess. She's like such a sister blessing. I love her. And we're going to try and maybe do a recording later on this evening to post about further information. So, love you guys all. Yes, and try and take care of yourselves. I've been doing a cleanse, so to speak, although I say that, and I ate a piece of cheesecake this morning for breakfast because it was the softest thing at, at Purple Park. Cheesecake is phenomenal. I haven't had cheesecake in so long. It was like I died and went to heaven. I'm like, I will walk 25 blocks. I don't even care. My body's really tired right now, but I ate cherry cheesecake and I don't give two shits. Oh, and a review on the weed. Top shelf. Tastes great. Wasn't quite as high as I was expecting, but I mean, that's just the way it goes with some things. But oh, I love you, Ecuador. Thank you, South America. Oh yes, eat the damn cheesecake and drink the mocha. Like they even put it in my own cup. Balls. So light and love to everybody, and I'll try and be more on the ball tomorrow and get you a little chart about everything that's happening. I just got to get re-downloaded with information myself. So I don't give a Scooby. I love that, Lorna. I eat cookies and don't give a Scooby. Yes, I'll have to do a 311 call, Wendy, and pretend I'm Karen. My next call. That's what I'm. The 311 is when I phone the city and pretend I'm Karen. So, but you guys all take care of yourselves. Make sure you're looking after your pineal gland and your heart. That's the most important part, keeping yourself safe. And don't feed into those fear vibrations. So I love you guys all. Take care.